We're gonna be starting with 6 lesbians versus 1 straight girl. And let's see if this 1 straight girl can guess who the lesbian is. Are you guys ready? Let's go.
I'm a lesbian.
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 What?
Hi, I'm Mars.
Wait.
And
So they're not showing us. We don't know who it is. We have to guess too. Okay.
I went to an all-girls school for 5 years, so I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory.
Hi, I'm Gianna. I feel like my appearance is an upset, to be honest.
Hi, my name is Elisa. My girlfriend was the first time I ever stood up for myself.
Hi, my name is Iris, and I eat what I have.
My name's Maya, and I go to Berkeley, and I'm a film and media student.
My name's Claire. I've been in a relationship with the most beautiful woman, my girlfriend, for 2.5 years, officially yesterday.
My name's Mara, and I've been married since January 31st.
First round already. Okay. Based off the information so far, I think she's telling the truth. She was pretty genuine about hers. Yeah, one of the other four. I want to say blue girl. Man, this is speed round.
I voted her out just because she was the straightest looking.
Oh, dang.
The second we walked in, I looked at everybody's outfits, and I feel like everyone just kind of had like a more eccentric vibe to their outfit, whereas Mara was just wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Y'all, it is not me, though, for real.
She just talks a little bit too much, and it feels like she's overcompensating.
I'm letting y'all know right now, it is not me. Y'all will see my girl outside. Just letting y'all know. It's probably the nails, it's probably the hair, it's probably the lashes, the makeup, the gloss, so let's be real. You would never guess.
To start us off, who is everybody's childhood crush or like gay awakening?
Have you guys seen Lizzie McGuire? Or are you too young? Miranda.
Oh,
so real.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Honey was a big one for Matilda, but also Amanda Bynes, and specifically in Sydney White.
I don't remember my childhood one, but like 6th grade was RuPaul's Drag Race, Adore Delano. That was her in drag. I don't know.
I wasn't exposed to much as a kid, but Rooney Mara from Carol, if you guys have seen that movie, oh my God.
Honestly, my first one's not like a movie character or like a TV show character. It's a bank teller that I went to go see with my dad, and I think he was using me as his wingman.
I just like looking at her.
But I had my own.
Yeah.
I do. What was going
You
on?
wrote a little bit in your diary.
Yeah, a little bit.
There was this girl in my 4th grade class, I want to say. One time she was standing in front of me at the teacher's desk, and I just got like super close to her. She used to bully me in that grade, by the way.
Yeah.
And I stood like super close to her, and I was like, oh my God. But I was in Catholic school at the time, so I was like, oh no. And then stopped thinking about it for like 3 years.
I have a question. What would you guys say? Like, are you guys like top, bottom, like switch, femme, mass? Like, what do you identify within like the lesbian realm?
Verse, switch. I'm definitely femme. I would say not. I go hyper femme when I go out. I love makeup and dressing up and costumes in that way.
Yeah.
I would say I'm switch, but also I feel like, no offense to you cute Gen Zers, I feel like the mask femme thing is a little bit more Gen Z than when I was growing up and coming out. It wasn't really discussed. Those terms didn't even exist then. So I think my wife and I both are a little bit of both. I am the oldest in the group, so I felt like maybe that would set me behind because I don't know all the lingo and the TikTok language.
Yeah, I'd say I'm more like mask top, as you can tell. But yeah, I would say, I like to bottom, whatever. But I do become more like feminine when I'm like in the club, popping. I know it's like kind of like, crosses the line and like bends the line a little bit.
It's a spectrum, and we can play with it.
100%.
Yeah.
I think that would be a bottom. Sorry, I'm not used to saying these things aloud, if you can tell. Despite that, really, really love wearing stuff that's more mask, like suits and ties are what I like to wear.
Sorry, Grandma, but I'm definitely Definitely verse, and I feel like my appearance definitely leans more feminine. But in relationships, I'm typically the more mask person.
Someone explain in chat what that means.
I'm definitely a switch, and I think my style reflects that, like pretty stereotypically. Sometimes I dress like a little fairy, sometimes I dress like a 12-year-old boy. 12-year-old boy heavy when I'm at work.
Me right now, literally.
How was everybody's family and friends when you guys came out? Like, was it difficult? Was it?
I think I can take this one. So the first time I brought it up, I did it at dinner over, I believe, Christmas break. The first thing, I knew there was gonna have a bad response because I grew up in an Asian household that was like pretty traditional, conservative. And my mom, first thing she said was that,
you're a failure.
like something about like conversion therapy, stuff like grow out of it, and I would need to find a husband eventually. And still to this day, she calls my girlfriend of 5 years. Oh, why am I getting too emotional?
No, don't. It's okay.
She still calls my girlfriend of more than 5 years still my friend, which kind of hurts. But
That kind of sucks.
30 seconds left.
Like imagine you love the person, like you're with the person you love the most, and then your parents are like, nah, they're just your friend.
My parents were very supportive. I grew up in a liberal Chicago city-based place. My dad gave me a pin, and my mom said, yeah, of course you never liked boys.
I came out with a girlfriend when I was 15. Parents were cool, uncle's gay, great.
My principal outed me to my mom. My mom was not happy about it. I got grounded for like a year. It was really awesome. And then my girlfriend's parents, who were like strict Catholic Mexican parents, grounded her and pulled her out of the school.
I came out as asexual when I was 16, and that broke my parents' heart because they wanted me to find somebody that I loved. So when I was 18 and I came out, it was actually a huge relief to them.
So I never had to come out. My mom knew I was gay. She asked me. My sister's gay. And so yeah, it's just always kind of been apparent. How good is your gaydar? Well, let us know by dropping a comment down below. Now, let's get back into the video.
I want to vote out the girl.
When we talked about celebrity crushes, she didn't even give us one. And she basically was just like, yeah, I just came out because my sister's gay.
Even though she looked definitely the part, and I really believed her confidence, I just thought, okay, I think other people are also going to vote for her.
See, Blue Girl wasn't my next. Yeah.
I knew I shouldn't have brought up the fact that my sister was gay, but I figured my appearance kind of gave it all away.
Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game. All right, that's very clear.
Okay.
I want to ask, like, what's the gayest thing you've done to impress a woman? Because for me, I made matching silk chiffon heart-shaped pillows for my girlfriend and I because we both loved Muna's Silk Chiffon song.
I was in a relationship, like, sort of long distance, and I would drive, like, twice a week to San Luis Obispo, just, like, playing music outside of their house on Valentine's Day because they broke up with me, like, the day before. Like, trying to get back.
I've had a long distance partner in Sweden for over 5 years, so we're limited in what we can do for gestures. What I did do was buy her a limited edition TCG mount on World of Warcraft. I know that sounds super nerdy.
That's cool.
But I think I spent over $2,000 on it for, supposedly it was gonna be for eventually a marriage gift later down the line, but I wanted to buy it before it became increasingly in price. But
That's so smart.
So I just ended up giving it really early.
So I worked in
I have a long distance relationship, and I never even thought about that. Like, cause we're kind of nerdy too ish, and to buy something now and then to give it to them now when the price goes up, it's like giving them a gift that just keeps on giving. That's complete genius.
editing on a video game series. You know Life is Strange Before the Storm? So Yes, and Dana's my personal fave. So I got autographs from every single one of the people and gave it to my now wife. It was like the geekiest thing, but yeah, she's a gamer.
I think the gayest thing I've done is my best friend at the time came over and confessed that she was in love with me, and so then we like cried because I didn't feel the same, and it was just like a really intense conversation, and then I made her dinner afterwards because I felt bad that she was crying, and then we sat and watched a movie before she headed home and like cried.
You're not really talking about you being a lesbian, you're just kind of saying like, yeah, my friend had a crush on me and I denied her.
I have a question. Are you guys bothered by any particular celebrity queer baiting?
I would just go with the one a lot of people think about, like Billie Eilish, I would say, with the whole like, I wish you were gay kind of thing. Like she definitely was one of my celebrity crushes. I went to Coachella 2019. I was like, I'm meeting her like somehow.
I never knew what queer baiting, I didn't even know the term queer baiting until now. But now that makes sense that they put a term to the action. It's like you're just trying to get someone to be what you are. It's kind of like when gay guys want to try and get straight guys to do gay things, and then I hear that some straight guys do it. Yeah, Anyways.
But I think her, for sure.
I would say Ariana Grande. I can't remember the song, something like break up with your boyfriend because you're bored or something. At the end, she ends up hooking up with the girl. Yeah. But like, there was no reason for it. Like, she's never said that, I don't know.
As a queer person, I love representation. Like, I get it doesn't have to happen every time, but one of the reasons I didn't come out till later is because the gay actors that I loved, like, they weren't gay in real life, but I was like, oh, it's an interesting character choice. Yeah. So I do think it's so important.
And for them to be able to like explore and like without labeling themselves, to be able to explore it, but when it feels fake, like,
for monetary,
100%. We're gonna turn on the guys or whatever.
Audience.
Like,
Do you know which person out of this group you guys have the highest doubt in, so we can have that person speak more?
I do.
That way we could group up our votes into a more centralized way, such that if someone says that they think it's a certain person, people are more.
She's so Asian. She's so like straight. She's gathering all that information right now.
Likely to vote that person out because they don't want to be voted out themselves. So they're going to choose the one that they think will be voted.
Can I ask about how you met your wife?
yes, so she's friends with two of my coworkers at this.
They're asking the wrong person. The person that's talked the least is her, and then like I think it's her. Like this whole game, I think she's the most likely to be the straight one.
I review content for a children's programming network, and so we all had this. It's actually funny, it's a Christian network, but every single person I work with is gay. And so we had this big LGBTQ Christian party, which is pretty unheard of, and I met her there. She is 47, she is a lot older than me. That was harder to stomach for my parents than me being gay, but they absolutely love her now. They actually gave her, this is the ring my dad proposed to my mom with, and this is what they gave to her as like, we fully accept you.
I am pretty confident in you. I kind of have a little bit. I wish I could give you some time to explain yourself, but I won't vote you out because I don't. Just because I have doubt.
Asian girl's so cute. Ooh. Oh, yep.
At the end of the day, I thought everyone but Mars seemed more lesbian to me because Mars was just like too pretty.
Too pretty.
That's crazy. I'm feeling very, very humbled. I haven't had someone question my sexuality since I was probably 12. Obviously, time was against me and the clock ran out, so I wasn't able to answer. And so it left everyone with like a final impression of, oh, we're sus of Mars, which is valid.
We have a new
It's such a good argument that it's a straight argument.
rule for future rounds. Every time you vote out the wrong person, the prize money will be cut in half. Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game.
Just stop right there. Just stop.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
What's your like favorite thing and least favorite thing about being a lesbian like today?
I would say my favorite thing is the amount of acceptance in the community is lovely. My least favorite thing is hearing the stories that my wife has gone through because she's 47. And so she obviously faced a lot more prejudice. So I would say that's my least favorite thing.
Yeah, the community that involves, but also decentralizing men from your life and how that's improved my relationships with other women. Also just being in love with a woman, I feel like is like, not to favor, but it's like a more evolved sense, and there's such beauty in being outside, and specifically so outside the patriarchy. And then something I don't like, I still think there's issues with
I think they've already gotten the person out. Why are they risking having, like that they're cutting the money they're gonna earn if they don't even have the mole inside of the box? So I feel like this is a waste of time, unless the mole is still in the box. But still, I don't think the mole is.
within the community, within judgments and inclusion that I really hope that we strive forward with and do more work on.
I like being sort of just like the opposite of what is like normal. Like I feel like that is so awesome. And yeah, and I think my least favorite thing is probably like just like older men not understanding, especially like out in public spaces, there not being enough spaces like bars and this and that. It's just like you can't be yourself, and it's like you really don't fit in, and it's just that's what I really hate about it.
There are some people, and in particular there's some in the lesbian community who have said that I can't call myself a lesbian because I have been in a relationship with a woman who happens to be trans, and the last time I told my coworker about that, they said I couldn't possibly classify myself as a lesbian if I was willing to be with someone before surgery, or and really digged into my sexual history too. So it's stuff like that. But the reason why I actually came here today was because I wanted to let trans people know that you're not an abomination, you're not a monster. You are fully capable of being loved, and as I love my partner, it's nobody else's business, and you can be you, and that's okay.
Trans women are
Asian
women.
girl.
If you are a woman dating a trans woman, you are in a lesbian relationship, don't let anyone invalidate trans people.
If anyone has any doubts about me, I'd love to clear it up. I am, at this point, the most, like, straight-looking of them all. I feel like 2 have cried. There's no way Maya's, like, not a lesbian. It's gonna be me.
Would you ever want to get married someday?
Yeah. Listen, I'm working towards it. I do feel it's a little archaic. I do feel it's a little patriarchal.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
I do think it's evolving, and I do think it's I think weddings
it
are
can
awesome.
be done the
Yeah,
right way.
definitely
I think
vote
for
on
us,
next.
like, she kind of, like, hadn't been with any women before me.
Yeah.
And she's sort of just, like, the lipstick lesbian type. So, we don't want to just, like, conform and just, like, be just, like, a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait.
It is a
One for
four-way
each?
tie.
A 4-way tie. I don't know who voted me, but what are you thinking? I've been the
I'll let you guys think on that.
person with the guard most down. There's so much detail in my stories.
I feel like
I just noticed she has a Gabumon shirt with War Grumon on. Nerd. She's so cool.
maybe we should have stopped because now all 4 of us are kind of turning our heads saying maybe the mole's out already.
You have 10 seconds to make your argument for why you should not be voted out.
Liars typically have their guard up, but I've been very vulnerable about my lived experience and what I had to go through, so yeah.
Great, I grew up playing soccer. I'm a golden gay, never had sex with a man. Serial dater, only dated women, and yeah, look at me. There's no way.
I'm gonna take it to the camera and just tell my girlfriend, Allie, I love you so much. You're the light of my life. I'm gonna cry, but I love being lesbian. Please, like, be inclusive. If you're someone who's judgmental, stop it, knock it off.
Sort of similar to Alyssa and Claire, but I think my emotions with my love of my wife and the hardships that she has gone through in her life, I think hopefully make it pretty clear that I am 100% lesbian. Golden gay as well.
I still vote the same person.
One of the things she said that stood out to me was she said, just look at me. I felt like, okay, she's dressing up.
Dang, they really voted her out?
How could you vote me? I am literally the blueprint. There's no way a straight girl can put on this sheep's clothing, like, at all.
Please raise your hand
think I
if
agree
you
with
want to
that.
continue playing the game.
They should have done that
If
last
the
round.
lights turn green, that means you have voted out the mole and you win. If the lights turn red,
Or
that
she
means
played
the
it
mole is
very
still in
well.
the box and you lose.
She looks kind of happy, actually.
It's not me. It's not me.
When I count down to
What?
1, the mole will step
Hold
forward
on.
and reveal themselves. 3, 2,
No way.
1.
Oh my god. I had that in the back of my head. I'm like, the oldest person could probably think of the best ways to get through this because she's the most experienced. And let's let her explain herself.
I was gagged.
One of my really, really close friends is a lesbian, so I was talking to her a lot. She was asking her friends who are also lesbian, and we were texting and chatting, and I was getting all the scoops and all the lingo and verbiage that I had no idea existed. I do work in children's content review, but I'm also an actor and an acting coach, so I pulled out some of those watermarks.
I had a feeling it was Mara, but that was completely depleted once Alyssa, like, had loyalty for her. But it was truly so devastating and hard because I felt like we bonded.
I'm sorry, guys. You're so nice. I'm so
Dang,
sorry. I
she
feel so
got
happy
him.
that I won. I hope I didn't offend anybody during this process. I loved everybody that I met here, and I feel bad for lying, but not that bad because I just won. So.
Lesbians come
just
in
won.
literally all different shapes, sizes, colors, styles, sexual preferences, all of the above.
As a lesbian and as a butch lesbian, I wanted to make it very clear that we also have like a little girl within ourselves and we're vulnerable.
I think everyone is deserving of love, and some days you may
That
not
shirt's
feel like
still
it,
so cool.
but try to love yourself, try to love other people, and be kind.
I hope people who are watching feel more supportive and know there's literally no difference between anyone and a lesbian. We're just like a little bit better.